ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, and furs. Trashkin, all good evening. Welcome to Trash Tier Gaming. I'm your friendly by-neighborhood raccoon, Rasp, a trash bear, and today we're getting right back into... Is this where let's say? Doesn't feel like it. Huh? Oh, right! Right back into Skyrim. So I have to lift the plans from the Lost Knife hideout. Oh. And they're just due south of us. There we are. Well, let's take a hike. Yeah, Dragon Circle Rock. I like this spot a lot better if it weren't for Dragon Circling Rock. How's it going? Well, that was anticlimactic for once. Thank you for being expedient in your death. So much random treasure on me these days. Whoa. Yikes. Everyone wants a piece of me this week, I guess. Alright. No, I'm keeping that war axe. No, I'm keeping that. Not giving up that. I really gotta make a trip home. There we go. Okay, now I know where I am. You know, the problem with coming off of Dying Light right into this is I hit a ledge and I have the urge to mash B to roll to break fall. That's coming along nicely. We've got 20 episodes ready to be edited up and rendered out. For a little fiddling. All right. Let's get straight to business, Trashkin. We gotta ruin some silver and plans today. I tell you, I waited till the last minute on this one, Trashkin, because I was having such a time in Dying Light. It's pretty far from a perfect game, but it's such good fun. Like, is it a work of high art? No, but the devs stood by it. They kept up to-dos, odds, ends, events, bonuses, a fair chunk of free outfits. Problem solved. I suppose I didn't have to murder everyone on the way in, but... I'd hate to be accused of being less than thorough.
Is someone there?
Nope. Please understand I hold you in relatively high esteem. I have a job to do. All right. Oh, there you are. Was confused for a moment. Job done. The stratagem. Oh. That'll do. Moving right along.
Someone there?
Wow, they don't even get a title, just leader. Not sure how you feared on that one. I didn't even go woof, my dude. Anytime this week, bub.
I cannot best.
You're right about that. Oop. Alright, mirror. Now, like, the main drawback to werewolf form is it does not scale with level, as far as you can tell. At least that's the complaint I keep hearing from other folk. But yeah, it's cool and it's great early game, but it plateaus pretty quick. And we just walk right the heck back out. Oh, buckfish. You know, I've been having a lot of fall deaths in Dying Light, so it's kind of fitting. What can you do? Oh. It's doing the locked on slow. Ugh. Hold on. Where the heck was in the key settings? Oh, controls. Toggle POB, sprint, sneak, run. Always run, caps. There we are. I'm like, what? Why are you not taking it?
What was that?
No one!
No more! Victory is yours! I submit!
Wow, cowardly bunch, huh? You know, I got a fear effect I don't know about because I just watched that guy throw himself off a cliff rather than fight me. Or I've become a lot scarier in my old age. Possibly both. I mean, I don't think I'm that worth running away from, but... Or they're terrified of werewolves and actually just plain werewolf hunter. Which, fair, terrifying. I'm not going to pass much judgment on that one on them for that one. Alright, we got a long walk back to right one. But I dare say worth it. Alright, well, let's get ourselves on out. Wait. I have a way around this. I'm not thinking about that. I know I have a some. There he is. Yo, Bony Pony. Arvak. So pleased to see you again. I'll raise some eyebrows on the way home. Oh. That's right, I have Summon Arvak favorited for just such occasions, but this is the first time I've done that, haven't or isn't it? Ah. Fascinating. When riding the dual draw, the left is actually quite subtle comparatively. How's it going, folks? So good to see the vigilance doing well. I keep finding nifty uses for my mana, like summoning things, or breaking things, or lighting things on fire. I wonder what it's gonna look like if I ever get around to playing through as a mage. I mean, that's a giant chunk of time. I see why a lot of challenge plays boil it down to the relevant moments and try to pack it into, like, you know, an hour to two, as opposed to my ridiculous multi-day long playthroughs. Which, don't get me wrong, there's definitely the same amount of footage going on. But the problem with editing your footage is, you know, you need storage. Like, I only save the finished episodes. The raw footage, I actually toss out. In future, when I have plenty of the monies and plenty of the storage, yeah, sure, I'll probably keep raw footage on longer. But, yeah, since I tend to talk over it, and I don't do two-channel or multi-channel recording, everything's on the same audio channel. So if I mess up my audio, not today. Not today. I'm good. Thank you, random encounter generator. I appreciate this bountiful opportunity that I will be avoiding. RNGesus was not on my side today. Nothing like a nice quiet ride through the plains. Definitely my favorite spot. I mean, weirdly enough, the White and the West Coast have been growing on me. You never get tired of the place you made your first tentative steps in the game and started learning things and taking risks. Well, one of these days we'll get around to Fallout 4. I gotta love the traskin. I don't know if I have it in me to do 1 and 2. No shade to Interplay. Oh, how's it going? You know what? I'm gonna leave you two get to know each other for a little. Oh, attack. Oh. Shadowmere, that wasn't your doing, was it? You'd tell me if you murdered someone, right? Ah, I can't stay mad at you. What? You know Shadowmere's murdered several people at least. In the time he's been with me. Not to mention, he's said to be one of them. I don't know what a horse does to get into the Brotherhood of... The Brotherhood. But, yeah! This horse is a war criminal and we know it. No, like, so much of my problem with the writing in a lot of Bethesda games is how often there'll just be broken story threads that they just I'm fine with not having my hand held, but like they're skipping out. Like all they needed was like a throwaway line or a journal entry. Or, like, all you needed was, like, a journal of members excommunicado. Excommunicado. I've got John Wick on the brain, can you tell? Aela.
Have you been bringing the battle to the Silver Hand, friend?
Here you
Perfect. Hopefully this will let us know more about their movement. I think we've got them on the run.
I hope you're right.
All right, then.
What's this, then? Ah.
Skjor says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother has his smarts.
Looking
We've
for it?
gotten a letter about someone needing some muscle out in the Pale.
Okay.
I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not our business anyway. I just need you to go out there, look tough, and scare this milk drinker into submission. No
All
more
right.
than that. I don't want to hear about a killing, understand?
Understood.
Get to it then.
Horic Halfhand. Dawnstar. Unfortunately, that's just a carriage away. Then again, we do have Shadowmere, so we can take the direct route. You know, I'm thinking direct route, Traskin.
To the warriors of your Vasker. I see everything, hear everything, and know
The
everything.
unassailable! To you we give praise! And deserve our praise you do!
Right, I gotta make that trip out. Gotta do something about that, that garden, about that tree. Can anybody tell me, are those war preps supposed to stick around on the busted houses, or is that just a me problem?
Need a blade? You should talk to Adrian at the fort.
Yes. Need and blades. Ha ha! Ha ho! I suppose we couldn't just hop on Shadowmere, make a quick trip home, drop off that fresh dragon bone, and go about our business. Sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Alright. Please marker. Thank you. Yeah, we'll take the short way around. But yeah, like, there are just so many dropped plot and story threads. And, like, back in the day, we used to go, well, it's a big world. They didn't have time to string it all together. And at the same time, looking at it, part of me's like, could you not... Oh, right. And this gets back into it. I know I've been harping on it on and off for a long while, but this is why design and lore documents matter for games, because when you need to organize your team for a project of this scale, you need a way for everyone to be on the same page so they're not all wasting their time. That's the point of design documents and lore bibles. So there is a single well to consult, so that everybody can go check the design and lore, put together something within the rules established therein and the goals required and needed of the focus at the time, and go on about their business without bothering other people like team leads, coordinators, inter-team leads, you know, that sort of thing. It frees up leadership to have a hand on the rudder and points people where they need to go and what they needs doing. Like, for instance, as a part of that development document, there could be an entire section on, hey, here's some interconnected stories that we need some bits. Here's some ideas. Show me what you come up with. Boom! 2 sentences. Problem solved. But again, like, all you needed to do was, like, a journal left in, say, Score's room of members no longer former members. You know, or... Because, tell me you don't keep an eye on people that didn't make the cut. Alright, Trashkin. Quick organize, and we're back on the road. Well, after about 20 minutes of fiddling, because I accidentally hit the dreaded R button. Note to self, find a mod that has a confirm for that. I went right ahead and ended up spending way more time on that than I meant to. Alright. Let's hit the pail. But yeah, like, so much of what bugs me is these are... So often it comes back to, these are all problems you could have solved with organization and delegation. Like, again, Todd's style of management during Fallout 76 being described as, and I quote, seagulling, was, you know, wouldn't have any contact or be directing the teams. They'd come up with what they could, work on it for as far out as they could, and then Todd would just show up to shit all over their ideas and suggest his. Like, that's not leadership. That is being a crappy daycare for developers. Like, it should not resemble daycare for developers. Like, they're people. They can take initiative. You should be encouraging that to a degree. Like, it's not that I think Todd can't necessarily have a glow up. It's that really I feel like the team deserves better. Like, their fans deserve better. Like, the modders deserve better. And I understand that, you know, there's only so much time you have to put out a product. And your resources are limited, but at the same time, I'm always going to enjoy Skyrim, but the gulf between what it could have been and what it is haunts me. For lack of a more direct term. Also, dear Todd, why can't I invest in the Khajiits? You made it weirder than it had to be.
So many refuse to talk to us. Take a look.
Well, I talk to you all the time. That's because you're good traders.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Why can't I invest in them? Why? They're the best traders in the game. Why would I not? I'm about to go punch somebody about it.
I work for the Wind Peak Inn. You should head on in.
But I
Gory
should.
runs the inn. Speak to him.
I want to apologize for what's about to happen.
What do you want?
Oh, excuse me. I thought I'd be fighting at the inn, no doubt. That's where brawls happen. Yo, half hand. Where you at?
There was some ruckus over there by the
Half
Good to
hand?
have you by my side. My duty is to guard Brina Meredith.
Horik, I want you to know I like you as a person and as a fellow legionnaire, but I've been
You
sent
can't scare me into submission. Let's go.
to settle
Come
this
on.
dispute. I was
Let's see
hoping...
what you're made of.
Horik, I don't want to do this! Please understand, I hold you in the highest respect. As a fellow legionnaire. Yo, I'd go so far to say as some of the stupid inherent to some of the characterization in this game is more Bethesda's writing style than the character. Okay, in a very real way, some of the portrayal is doing a lot of the heavy work there, but the bright parts always seem to be the portrayal of the characters as opposed to by the voice actors and such, as opposed to Bethesda's direction. Tough old man. You're just gonna start dropping right-hand bombs.
Do your worst. You're tougher than you look. You got me fair and square.
Go. You know what you
Fine.
need to do?
I'll take care of it. Just please leave me alone.
You got it. Just holster these. Okay, good. Farkas sends me to the middle of nowhere to fight the right hand of the friggin' Jarl.
And lots of people coming and going through that creepy black door. And voices.
Which tells me I should have a word
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair
with the Brotherhood
prices.
about OPSEC. You are not to be seen. You should, if you have no business in the town, take the long route. It's entirely possible. We have 2 entrances, 1 secret. For heaven's sake, you don't even need to go into town to get to either door. You're screwing up, boys. And girls, and MBs. Ah! Is that a... Oh yeah, that's a Wraith. Alright, have at it. I need your teeth. Fortunately, Shadowmere doubles as a tracker. Alright, I do need those teeth. It's not even that they're tough, it's that they're a pain in the ass to find. The hitbox is so wonky. Did Shadowmere just stomp one? How did you wind up on top of the ice raft, buddy? While I'm at it, why can't I own more than one horse, game? Yeah, there's a game to consider. Build an entire stat block around varied horses and the care, feeding, and lineage thereof. Yeah, I know that already exists in Japan. What's your point? Tell me that wouldn't be a fun time. There's already folks that do that in Minecraft. Come on now. Oh, I've been easing into some more horror series on podcasts lately. Nothing earth-shattering. Like Orpheus, or the Orpheus Protocol is still pretty much my go-to for a Let's Play horror-themed supernatural dance number. It's a TTRPG that's near and dear to my heart. I'm actually in one campaign. Well, I'm in two campaigns. I'm a side character on one and primary on the other. Applied materials in the Red Moon in Memphis, which... Woo! Last night's session got spicy. At the end there. Okay. I don't think the Red Moon in Memphis is going to wind up a podcast, but, you know, who knows? It's more recorded for the sake of keeping notes or to work on the skills to build a podcast, I think. I haven't actually asked our GM about that. Mostly because I feel it's none of my business what they do with the recordings. Like, if they're keeping for notes, yeah, it's a very good way to keep notes. It's a bit long format and arduous, but... No, like, one of the other rants I'm never done with in tabletop is random number generators. Okay. This butts up against computer science, but strictly speaking, in the strictest of senses, most random number generators are in fact trash. Not unusable, just very, very predictable based on the seed kernel. Basically, random number generators need to work off of something. So, a seed will be chosen, and one of the more common ones has a pattern so very predictable for the range that a lot of people learn to game it, or had learned to game it. And you see that in video games from time to time, but like, the best of random number generators is actually based on atomic decay. It uses the atomic decay, which is as close to random, or of a particular element, which is as close to random as you're gonna get. So whenever people whine about brain Roll20's randomizer being bad, my knee-jerk reaction is, having learned they're using atomic decay for their seeds, for their RNG, I can't complain about that. It's me going, no, actually, this is the Cadillac of random number generators in terms of programming. It is fair and balanced TM, at least as fair and as random as they can make it, given the limitations of computer science. Yep.
Skjor says that I have the strength of...
Problem solved.
I figured you had it in you. Nicely done.
Cool. Alright, we're out of work.
All right.
Yo,
Come
Vilkas.
to me with questions. What brings you to me? Find some strange...
Looking for work?
Aela's laid claim to your services, and I've learned the hard way not to upset her. Best you stick to her
Fair
for now.
enough.
When the Empire... We Greymaids have been feuding with the battle boards for years.
I'd be dead.
There's no more bitter enemy than an old
Oh, I'm not
friend.
a companion myself. I just
Oh.
Vignar. He took me in when I was having a tough time and... Well, I owe him.
Stout lad.
And we've done as much as we... But remember, Whiterun is home to the companions. Any dragon that comes here will get
You're
more to
looking
his
at a
bargain.
real warrior. At least I used to be.
I'm still trying to figure out why Skjor let you in the first place.
Why'd you join?
So I wouldn't have to answer stupid questions from idiots. Just because you've been accepted here so fight well, don't be a lout, and you'll be fine. You don't need my help.
Stone arm. Usually I walk in on her beating the tar out of someone.
I hope the hunting...
Looking for
And
work?
there is more work to be done. But I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our recent efforts. He's asked to see you. My advice, always be honest with the old man. But don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
That seems shifty as
I
hell.
think by now I've killed one of every living thing in Skyrim. Maybe
May very
time
well
for-
be.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vaskr for as long as I can remember.
Let's not tell Vilkas about the snow elf.
Oh, hey there.
What does it
So
mean
much.
to be a companion?
This group, this family, this band. This is the best thing I've ever been a part of. The oldest fighting group in Skyrim, and nothing but glory from Ysgramor's day to our own.
Ah.
To be counted in that line is a bit of immortality. Even if I never see Sovngarde, I'll have that much.
Stout.
Until next
Stout
time.
and fine lass.
It means signing on for the Nord ideas of how to live your life. Honor, battle, glory, all that. Even an elf can be born with the heart of a Nord. Skjor said when I joined. I think he meant it as a compliment.
I think you're right.
Fortune and glory, friend. Fortune and glory.
Good answer.
Safe travels.
I see everything. Oh, I'm a good keeper of secrets. Have to be. In this hall.
Hint, hint.
Might head down to the meadery later. A man of my station has many debts. I'm not much use at labor or learning, but I can throw a punch with the best of them.
I think this is the
Companions
one
let
that
me fight for
Stone Arm's
gold,
usually beating the tar
so
out
I
of.
fight. It means when I have troubles, I always have someone on my side. We have shield siblings to keep our backs as dangerous as our fronts, I think.
I'm still trying to figure out why Skjor let you in the first place.
Well, it's not my right hook, I can tell you that much. Alright.
I hear you've been busy of late.
We work to
Your
avenge
hearts are
Skjor.
full of grief, and my own weeps at the loss of Skjor. But his death was avenged long ago. You have taken more lives than honor demanded. The cycle of retaliation may continue for some time. In any case, I have a task for you. Have you heard the story of how we came to be werewolves?
No.
The boy has a nugget of truth, but the reality is more complicated than that.
Oh?
It always is.
I'm listening. The truth?
The companions are nearly 5,000 years old. This matter of beast blood has only troubled us for a few hundred.
Really?
One of my predecessors was a good but short-sighted man. He made a bargain with the witches of Glenmoral Coven. If the companions would hunt in the name of their lord Hiricines, we would be granted great power.
And so they became
They did not
werewolves.
believe the change would be permanent. The witches offered payment, like anyone else. But we had been deceived.
Ah.
The witches didn't lie, of course, but it's more than our bodies. The disease, you see, affects not just our bodies. It seeps into the spirit. Upon death, werewolves are claimed by Hiricines for his hunting grounds. For
Hint,
some,
hint.
this is a paradise. They want nothing more than to chase prey with their master for eternity. And that is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home.
So is there a cure?
That's what I've spent my twilight years trying to find out. And now I've found the answer. The witch's magic ensnared us, and only their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly, but we can extract their foul powers by force.
You don't say.
I want you to seek them out. Go to their coven in the wilderness. Strike them down as a true warrior of the wild. And bring me their heads, the seat of their abilities. From there, we may begin to undo centuries of impurity.
So long as it's a choice.
You shall have no shield, brother, this time. But the spirit of Ysgramor goes with you to restore the honor of his legacy. Talos guide you, lad.
You know, this is probably not a good idea, Kodlak, but okay, if that's the lore explanation. Alright, Aela.
Have you been bringing the battle to the Silver Hand, friend? I wish I could be there with you. Soon enough. I hope the hunting goes well, brother. It means resting your haunches in Whiterun more than I'd care to, for one. But when it comes time to draw blood, there's no one in Skyrim I'd rather have at my back. It means waking up every day knowing that you could die, and having to earn your life by clawing for every breath. I don't know how those cozy lords manage to drag themselves out of bed every day. Why bother if you're not living? I'll take my leave then.
Tolvar, how did you even? You got Tolvar over here.
Something has shifted in the moons, brother.
Might head down to the meadery later.
I'm just
What you're brewing up.
Oh God.
You can smell the honey on the
I'd be dead if not for Vignar.
Something has
I
shifted.
can make it better.
Turn my
I
life
swear.
around.
I promise. Hey! Yeah, I don't need coins. I'm a lazy thief in my old age.
And reshape this land.
All right. Let's see here. Let's honor. Well, we've spoken with him. Oh, we're going away out there. Yes, please. We could take the carriage, but...
Stormcloaks, Imperials, Jargons, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, fast times in Skyrim, eh? I suppose what I to keep off of the, oh, for God's sake, Emil and Todd, would say is, despite all the flaws, there's plenty of room to build your own fun. And when the story annoys you, you can always headcanon it, because clearly, in my case, after this Dragonborn gets done, he's going to spend his time campaigning for the Dark Elves in Windhelm and giving equal rights to the Khajiit, because, dudes, not cool. It's cold out there. Come on, let them in. Give them a quarter or something. It's not that hard. At least let them inside of the city gate walls, for heaven's sake. They're hard-working folk like anyone else. Aren't they doing much trading with the Stronghold? You'd think that would be a burgeoning business, because the Stronghold, you know, are bereft to let anyone go. That seems like a missed or an overlooked detail that probably should have been there from the jump, that, you know, the Khajiit caravans also pop round. Yeah, like, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, they caravan, it saved them time and trouble, and they bring supplies right to their door. Like, that's a pretty profitable run. Like, yeah, you're not trading for gold, but in terms of raw material, it's right there, and you got carry capacity, so... I mean, at least that's the move I'd go for, and yeah, it means you're cash poor for a leg of the trip, but if you plan accordingly, that shouldn't be a problem. It seems like somebody's leaving an awful lot of gold on the table in this scenario. Oh, how's it going? Oh, you don't want to try it, your friends did. Like, I dare say the game's fun, despite the jank and the oversights and the drop story threads. Because it gives you enough space to come at most problems in nearly any way you'd care to. And that does shine through, but I'd say that's a reflection of the players and the mods more than the devs, or at least some of the devs. There's a whole freaking community of folks just trying to keep the game accessible and running on modern equipment. And to no benefit to themselves. Like, that isn't a noble cause. I don't know what is. Out of the fondness in their heart for their time with the game, very often. Well, that's not to say there aren't jerk devs or jerk modders. I've bumped into a few in my time. Or jerk players, for that matter. Or reviewers, or critics. That is to say, despite all of this, there's still folks happy to pop out and see you play through Skyrim. How's it going, Shannon? Hi, Pinky. And that's the best of the game to me. Not the game itself, but this continuous effort to keep the game accessible.
Hey, there you are, you drunken bastard. I did it, so pay up. We caroused together with... You and Sam dared me to go into that bandit camp.
Alright,
Well,
here's your
thanks.
10,000.
You and Sam drink too hard for me. I think I'll take my gold and go buy a nice bit of swamp in Black Marsh.
Well, good luck to you, deep in your cups. Should be able to get at least 2 houses for that, so... I just don't have the heart to kill him. It's 10,000 gold. What do I care? I got that in my back pocket now. Yeah, I could just murder him, but why would I? I see him twice, I murder him, though. Second, his liver also survived a night of drinking with Sam. He earned it. Okay, day. Well, let's pull that marker. Make a save. Get to snooking. A sneak, a snook, a lurk, a loom. Nothing that away, but a very good hidey hole. Excellent bolt hole. Walk quieter, spider. Walk quieter. We wait for the turn. And now. That's why I took out everybody else first. I'll be taking those feathers and that head. Hold on. Oh, okay, they did actually bother with it. I was about to deduct 50 DKP for that. Just leave that to take care of itself. The other problem with having just come off playing Dying Light trashing is I keep going to mash to turn on my flashlight, and the weird thing is I play on a controller, so I'm like, okay, press up to turn on the flash. Wait a minute, I'm playing on keyboard. Also been doing a fair bit of Wanted Dead. Trashkin, I understand that game isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I'll tell you this much. It's a lot of fun if you have a soft spot for shooters with a fair bit of story and that 6th generation jank baked in. Like, it's... I don't understand why people are salty about it, to be completely frank. Mine now. Magic detect! Oh no, we got it. Alright. Deadly fear poison with a feather attached. How stylish. Well. Okay, so it does the theme. Mine. Keep it. Wipe out the cover. Well, feels like a tall order, but I mean, we are already here. Gonna take a bit. Probably gonna eat the rest of the episode, but... Hey, I knew this wasn't gonna be an easy feat. Sending in just me feels like limiting losses. To be entirely fair, it's probably not a bad stratagem, all being told. Nothing personal, but you started a grudge. I'll take some cabbage. Don't need it, but I'll take it. Yep. We are doomed to drown in rupees now. You know, if I had it all to do again, I would have started the Dark Brotherhood and immediately ran my butt out to Riften. I must admit, I do like this lair. It's varied enough. It's not exactly visually interesting because, well, let's face it, Trashkin, I haven't been interested in caves in this game since I got dropped down the shaft. Night, night. Oh no! For a second, I thought they lost their head. I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to find that, aren't I? Oh, and a human heart. You must have been a delight in life, let me tell you. Oh, I've also been eyeballing some shooters. Because let's face it, Traskin, I've leaned real hard on RPGs since starting the channel. And horror survival, and like the closest thing to a straight up shooter I've played, you know, is Brain. Oh, there it is. No. Oh, glob. My brain's not kicking itself over. Uno momento. Forgive me, Father, that I do very occasionally. Like, I've had a chunk of the 4th episode for that ready for a couple of months. And having been back in for a minute, because I get a little salty about your build in Doom Lights. And number 5. A tragedy in black. A folktale from the time of the Oblivion Crisis. Oh hey, we gained enchanting. Looked the young boy with disdain. He looked to be no more than 17 or 18, the cusp of manhood. You have summoned me? Mother says I'm good with spells. Someday I'm going to be a wizard, maybe even an archmage. And what would your mother know of magic, boy? She's a wizard. She's an enchanter at the Arcane University. Ah, another dabbler in the mystic arts. I'm certain she is barely mediocre. Shut up, you. I read the scroll. I get to tell you what to do. The Dromoro silent compulsion bound his voice. I want to know how to make a magic dress. I need it for her birthday. The Dromoro's answer was more silence. You have to tell me it's in the rules. Freed from the previous compulsion, the Dromora answered, First, you need a soul gem. I happen to have one, and would gladly give it to you. For so noble a clause. Really? Why do I need it? With a hidden smile, the Dromora handed over the dull black gem. It's not enough to cast a spell in an inert object. Magic requires thought, intent, and will and emotion. The soul powers the enchantment. The bigger the soul, the more powerful the enchantment. So how big is the one in the soul gem? Oh, that one is empty. You'll have to fill it, but it can hold the largest of souls easily. Do you know how to do that? No. Sullenly, let me show you. You cast a spell like this. Shosha spilled from his fingers and surrounded the boy. The young man's eyes went wide. I don't feel anything, he complained. How about now, the Dremora said, plunging his talons into the boy's ribcage, his heart beating only once before it was pulled from his chest. Quickly, Dremora snatched back the black soul gem, just as the youth died. His soul tried to flee, but it was trapped by the spell and drawn into the gem. Only black soul gems can hold the souls of men and elves. Your mother obviously never told you to never accept a freely given gift from a summoned Daedra, he said to the corpse. You see, it breaks the conjuration, freeing the summoned from the summoner. Now, let's go find your mother. After all, I have another black soul gem. Alright, for the collection, I suppose. Oh, which reminds me. Let's disenchant that water breathing. Alright, enchanting 50, and we haven't done any actual enchanting yet. Oh, I'll take this. I'll take that troll file. Head, feathers. Terrific. Yep, optional wipe out the witches. Wiped out. Alright, now we just gotta ride back home. Shadowmere! Ah, there you are. Alright, boy, we got another brisk ride back to Whiterun. I know, recurring theme. Ah. Well, hopefully this will be enough to break the curse. I mean, we've done everything we've been told to, and the extra credits, so... Here's hoping the game doesn't pull the rug out from under our feet. Never actually finished. I've started it a few times, and... Usually I was struggle bussing through, would get a boy, or hit a... what felt like insurmountable barrier in to-dos, or odds, or ends. Hold on. Let me give you a help. Oh. Not quite. There you go. What were you even shooting? Whoa! Shooting at that time. Oh, joy. Alright. Oh, you want to keep that moving, Elk. Is that a bear trap? Alright. Just gotta make it back to Whiterun. Note to future self, it's easier to take the long way around to that particular cave. For heaven's sake. Well, that's the first mage with a decent aim we've run into for a while. Uh-oh. We've been frozen. There we go. Oh, she's in sight. Well. Alright, fine, I'll deal with you. And a slightly worthwhile endeavor it turned out to be. The mud crabs picked a fight with a mammoth. I must admit that's a first for me. Come to think of it, I do think it's very odd that we never meet any caravans from the Orcish strongholds. I mean, they must need something from the strongholds, or someone to go and sell ore. I mean, or are they truly self-sufficient? Because that seems unlikely given the locations. Not today, it's not. Yeah, I really wish the surrender system were an option. I'd spare a fair few more of you. But alas. It feels like the prompt got there, but it never got finished, which feels right, given everything else I know about the making of. That, Bethesda magic. Okay, I'll stop. Oh, Traskin, I feel like I'm gonna have a whole separate rad if I ever get around to Starfield.
Tools, wares, and weapons.
Yeah, I'm still annoyed. I can't just invest in whatever shop I feel like. Why would I care that it's not a brick and mortar establishment? I wanted to invest in all of them. I want Skyrim to be doing big business. Yeah, it's been forever since the runners found me. Think that poor bastard got clipped on his way back?
What business do college
saying.
mages have in a place like Sarthon anyway? It's a place for Nord dead.
Yes, and chock full of magicy wagicky. And the presence of the college, sir. What?
You're someone who can get things done.
Hey.
These two aren't a problem anymore. These two aren't a problem anymore.
The Silver Hand. They finally had the Silver Hand. They finally had the nerve to attack Yorvas. We got most of them, but I think a few stragglers made it out.
Wow.
My friend Maven and I...
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some
Keep
meat.
walking, Softgut. I'm more woman than
Oh.
you can handle.
Oh, come on, Earth. Come on, we've had this fight.
The heat of the... That and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth. You've been talking... Too hot-headed, they cried. It was... They wanted me...
I
guess they thought a
still
woman wasn't strong
want
enough for
this
them.
woman to
Why
have
would you
a
want him to die?
redemption
Why would I
arc.
want that? I just lost
Yeah.
control.
We'll have to have a pint
Good.
together sometime.
These two aren't a problem anymore.
They finally had the nerve to attack Yorvas.
Alright, well, let's take a looky-see what's going on the rest. Alright, well, I guess we'll come in the back way.
Where have you been? I hope it was important, because it means you weren't here to defend him.
Vilkas,
The Silver Hand. They finally found enough courage to attack Jorvaskr. We fought them off, but the old man, Kodlak,
Oh.
he's dead.
Anyone
No,
else?
But they made off with all our fragments of Wuuthrad. But you and I are going to reclaim them. We will bring the battle to their chief camp. There will be none left living to tell their stories. Only songs of Jorvaskr will be sung. We will avenge Kodlak, and they will know terror before the end.
I'd be dead if not for Big
Alright.
Nor. took me in and helped me turn my life around.
The Farkas and Nacho have nothing to say. That's alarming.
We're going to make them pay.
Yes, yes we are. Okay, Purity of Revenge. Alright, Traskin, looks... I was aiming for an hour and a half. It looks like we're running long today.
I ain't done nothing.
It is so weird to hear Preacher screaming over the scene here. How fitting that it would happen at nightfall. For me, at least. It happens whenever you show back up.
Lightly armored means...
Alright. Well, that's... Well, you actually have a helmet, Vilkas. Taking this seriously today. Well, I was sort of aiming for an hour and a half, but, damned if I don't want to finish up this last of the, additional addendums. Besides finding the Torch of Shadows. Which, all they told me was, hey, it's in the place that you've been. It's not in Skyrim, which made me go, oh! Okay, there's only a handful of places I've been on the Isle, so... Of course, the problem being one of them is in fact a city. But that does eliminate the houses, at least. And so it's like a cave and a house. That's a little easier. It was a lot of me going, look, do you want this run to be finished anytime this decade? Do you have any idea how many torches there are? So we'll worry about the Torch of Shadows when we get around to the Dragonborn DLC. This seems like a fine place to make a safety save. Wait, not one of the autos. There we go. Always worry with the autos it'll be re-overwritten. Did that cow just hop the fence? Fitting spot for a final fight. I wonder what their HQ looks like. I'm guessing a cave. Hold on. Please, please, one at a time. Yeah. The over and under hoof and knife attack, a specialty of ours. A specialty of ours because you only get to do it once before you accidentally crack your skull on one of Shadowmere's hooves. That looks funky as all get out, man. Alright. Fine. Train's in my way. I will make the terrain my plaything. Ah, brother. One of these days, I'm gonna make a big error on my mountain climbing. I'm gonna have to wait 3 days to get Shadowmere back. Or the horse armor actually does something. I'm not sure. Maybe they forgot to carry a 1 somewhere in coding it. Just skid on by Fellhammer. Ah, and it's in sight. Or at least on the map. Not much of a tower, huh? I'm sure Vilkas will show when he shows. In the meantime, howdy. Can I? Up. Hup. There we go. Oh! We gave him the half-off special. There we are. Hey, Vilkas! Don't you worry, it's all taken care of. Oh, is that a dragon? Oh no, that's a Java. Hold on.
We're going to make them pay.
Alright, here we go. Driftshade Refuge. So we gotta steal our shards of Wuuthrad back. Wipe them out. And live to tell the tale. Not too tall an order. Yeah, I'll take it.
What was that? Time to end this little game.
Yank. Wait, is that a soulstone? That is in fact a black soulstone. Go figure. Vilkas, defend yourself, man. You feeling okay, Vilkas? Forge, hammer, and apple. Wait. Meh. I say. Anybody else? $10. Alright, time to backtrack and make sure we get everyone. Wouldn't want any strays now. I'm not seeing anything that catches my eyes, but... That was the entryway. Well, that's the entryway. Did I manage to get everyone? Am I just wasting everyone's time here? Ah, that's the return. Okay, uno momento. And in we go.
What was that?
I get it. Don't step there. Vilkas, don't put your foot there. Thank you. Don't know how that worked out. But it did.
What was that?
Never should have
Me. Fascinating. Hi, how's it going? We just pommel struck her to death? That's embarrassing. Well, it's not ideal, but we can at least grant them some peace. What the what? What the horse doing in there? Why is there a dead horse? Were they afraid of werehorses? Is that the joke here? Corpse disposal is not their strong suit around here. Well, human flesh don't grow on trees, so...
What was that?
Nothing.
Thought I heard something.
It was nothing. Bye. That worked out better than expected. Another door? Ay, 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 ay. How expensive is this place? Like, don't get me wrong, it's not terrible in that it doesn't have a bunch of branches and loopbacks, but...
Come on!
You there, there in the red. You look like she should be named. Is that a Nordic shield? Tasteful. Why, yes, it is a Nordic shield. Yoink! Daedric, and Thunderbolt. Well, I'm glad you didn't get much of a chance to let that... Oh, hey. The shards. Book. We wiped out the silver hand. Awesome. You can keep those sundry strike and sail boots. I have my own set. Thank you. And we're back to the top. Now we just need to make a ride home and figure out what's next. Well, that felt short compared to a lot of quest lines, but to be fair, I am a little OP these days. Oh, right, Shadowmere's over here. You know, you don't have to guard the corpses, right? Alright. Roughly back the way we came. Yeah, we can lay off the speed till we hit the flats. Oh, that's more than I expected to get done, and in close to the appropriate time. I think I'll be cutting things off after we get back to Whiterun and turn stuff in, but relatively close to goal time, because, you know, not everybody has 2 hours to spare in a day, Trashkin. I'm trying to take that into account, but sometimes I get carried away. If I were better at editing, sure, I could probably shave a lot of travel time out and carve it up, make it more entertaining overall, but, well, Trashkin, we're not working with that kind of... Right. Ice Raft Deep. Hey! Another 2 and we're good. I must admit, I really like this background track. Don't hear it much. I hear a lot of the city tracks, but not this one. Oof. Definitely has that surreal quality to it. Oh, and it fades out once we're out. I can tell you quite earnestly, Trashkin, I've been listening to a lot of The Cure lately. I don't know why. Like, apropos of nothing, I popped on the Crow soundtrack after listening to a bit of 9 Inch Nails, and it just popped into the queue, and I'm like, ooh. Ooh! Yeah, we haven't really explored this much. Other than Friday, it's Friday, I'm in love. Yeah, I know, I've committed sins against the genre. But such is life. If you knew how good it was, like, you would have listened, but, like, if, like me, you were, a little too bullheaded to take the advice from friends or acquaintances, yeah, that'll happen. Let's go ahead and route around the thieving colony underneath the Reach. The Dragon's Reach, that is. Did you just take a pot shot at me? Do you thumb your nose at me, sir? They do. They do thumb their noses at me. Home again before the night was even out. Oh, they're taking it real personal this time. Well, that might explain why the guards weren't there last time I was through.
The
One of the
others
thieves
have
got ideas.
probably prepared Kodlak's funeral by now. Come up to the Sky Forge to pay your respects.
You got it. You'd think the rain would have taken care of that ash pile by now. Hey. Note to self, advocate for the Dark Elves, advocate for the... or advocate for his... create a corpse haulers guild.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Improve city maintenance.
Who will start?
I'll do it. Before the ancient flame.
We grieve.
We grieve.
At this loss, we weep.
We weep. For the fallen,
We shout.
And for ourselves, we take our
Take
leave.
our leave. His spirit is departed. Members of the Circle, let us withdraw to the Underforge to grieve our last together.
Do you have the fragments of Wuuthrad still?
Yes.
I'll need to prepare them for mounting again.
I return them with
Don't
honor.
get too flowery on me, lad. Of course, I have a small favor to ask of you. There's another piece that Kodlak always kept close to himself. Would you go to his chambers and bring it back for me? I'm not sure I'm the best one to go through his things.
Fair enough, Eorlund.
Thank you. I'll be here.
Something has shifted.
I know our history almost as well as Vignar by now. Except I can remember it.
Oh, that's a member of the Circle. Okay, we're assembled. 4 left. Oh, would you like to stand there?
Alone.
Leave me. Leave me.
Not now.
Where's that lead out? Oh, secret entry. Oh. You can't get back in from there. Ah! Well, to be fair, I don't blame them for wanting to mourn in private amongst themselves and their peers, like... I did manage to wait, if there was a secret, why did they just lock the door and herd me out the... Ah! Okay, I guess I got out before they had time to. That actually kind of makes sense. Okay, I see what they mean about I was too strong. Too strong, probably more like too quick. Too wily. Trying to catch a greased up hog. Ah, there I go, padding the episode again by being a derp. Well, let's see about that last bit of to-do before we wrap things up. After I took the longest possible way around.
And reshape this land, which is mine.
Kodlak's journal, which I'm pretty sure is, I recall correctly, is going to have us in glowing phrases, but for the sake of completeness. In my dream, I see the line of Harbingers. Start with Yuzgamor. Each of them ascends to Sovngarde until we come to Hiricines, who first turned us to the ways of the beast. He tries to enter Sovngarde, but he can. Before he can approach Sun, or even approach Sun, he is set upon by a great wolf who pulls him into the hunting grounds where Hiricines laughs with welcoming arms. Hiricines seems regretful but also eager to join Hiricines after a lifetime of service as a beast. Then I see every next Harbinger turn away from Sovngarde and enter the hunting grounds of their own accord until it comes to me, and I see great sun on the misty horizon beckoning me. It appears I have a choice, and then at my side a stranger I had not seen before. As I look into his eyes, we turn to see the same wolf who dragged away Hiricines. He and I draw weapons together. I realize this is only a dream, but a strong enough dream to inspire a man like me to take to writing. So it must be of some import. I've spoken of my thoughts to the circle, withholding the part about the stranger, lest Score worry I no longer seek his counsel, and I was not surprised to see them torn by it. Score and Aela are strong in the ways of the beast, and even seem to suggest that the hunting grounds would be their choice of afterlife, if it were truly a choice. Vilkas seemed most troubled. The boy is as fierce as a saber cat in battle, but his heart's fire burns too brightly at times. He felt deceived, and I don't blame him. Farkas didn't know what to think, but I believe he will come around with me and his brother eventually. He usually does. I don't know what to do about Score and Aela. I know they respect the companions and me, but they take to the blood more deeply than the rest of us. Fortune smiles upon us. Yesterday, Vilkas was telling me about how difficult it had been for him to give up his transformation. Until we can pursue a true cure, the twins and I have chosen not to give in to the beast blood. For me, it's provided a clear head, but Vilkas seems to be suffering a bit for it. Farkas seems completely untroubled. That boy continues to amaze me with his fortitude. Well, Vilkas was... Okay, so that explains some of it. Like, Farkas was not happy about that. And that explains Skjor running off by himself, like the idea that the corruption is worsening. While Vilkas was confiding through the shadows of Jorfiskar, I saw a newcomer approach who wished to join our numbers. It was the stranger from my dream. Da da da! The one who would stand with me against the beast. Vilkas began speaking obliquely, not wishing to air our problems in front of our guest, and I had to be doubly cautious not to reveal anything of our secrets to the newcomer, whilst also not revealing the details of my dream to Vilkas. I don't know how the politicians deal with these sorts of machinations daily. In any case, I've sent Vilkas to test the newcomer. We'll see if it's truly the great warrior I dreamt of. The newcomer seems made of decent stock. He calls himself Raspa, and has already impressed some of the circle with his mettle. I still keep my own counsel on his place in my dream for now. Let's see what kind of destiny he is carving before hitching to him. In the meanwhile, I look for ways of cleansing my blood. The writings and legends on the subject are sparse and contradictory. I don't wish to engage any wizardry on this matter, but I fear I may be the only one. They may be the only ones who best know how to navigate these worlds of knowledge. It's apparent to me now that Terfing's choice to turn us was indeed a mistake. Magics and their ilk are not in keeping with the spirit of the companions. We face our problems directly, without the needs of such trickery. I can only hope to guide us back to the true path of Ysgramor before the rot takes me. Raspa continues to impress. I don't know yet where he will stand in the question of the blood, but the question has not been presented yet. He does know that we carry the beast blood and appears curious about it. Soon enough, I can explain our troubles and hopefully see what role he will play. I'm amazed that Aela thinks she can keep a secret among this drunken rabble, especially with the loss of Skjor. My heart aches. Emotions are fraying, and the walls of discretion are the first to fall. Apparently she and Raspa are waging their own separate war against the Silverhand in retaliation for Skjor's death. Their hearts are noble, but the course of vengeance is running hot, and I fear the counterstroke that may come if they do not rein in their fury. Raspa shows valor, though, even in his more underhanded time. Even this more underhanded time. We have not had cause to speak much, and that is something I deeply regret. I have high hopes for his destiny, as I realize that his appearance in my dream may indeed mark him as the Harrbringer to succeed me. Because, you know, me being the listener, the Archmage, the current head of the Thieves Guild, isn't enough. I received few dreams over the course of my life, but when they come, I have learned to trust them. I have also learned to trust the instincts of my heart, which tells me that Raspa can carry the companion legacy as truly any residing in Jorfiskar. Especially with the loss of Skjor. Aela is too solitary, Vilkas too fiery, and Farkas too kind. Oh. I'm glad that his kindness evolved to Farkas. Only Raspa stands as a true warrior who can keep a still mind amidst these burning hearts. I doubt that. I will not speak of him of any of this. It is too much to burden another with. My hope is that he and I can keep counsel over the coming years, and that I can impart the wisdom of the Harrbringers. All things in time. Firstly, I will seek his assistance with the matter of the Glenmorial. It would appear that our path to the cure is not without some poetic justice for the tricksters who cursed us. that's Haagen-Dazs on top of all this misery. Alright, let's go see the man.
I never thought they would actually let me join.
That's the end of a companion. Pired on the Skyforge. Oh. Is that where I'm going? That's what I want to do. Oh, it's too early in the morning. 7 a.m. Oh, good lord. Oh, is the door open? Nope. Got the thing.
You're back.
The fragment.
Your shield siblings have withdrawn to the Underforge. I think they're waiting for you.
Oh, now we go under. Okay, well, let's have the chat, shall we? I keep extending the episode. It's could have gone so smooth, but no. I'm gonna try and keep it under an hour and a half, I said. Or try to keep it to an hour and a half. No. I'm a dirt.
Man had one wish before he died, and he didn't get it. It's as simple as that.
Being Moonborn is not so much of a curse as you might think, Vilkas.
That's fine for you, but he wanted to be clean. He wanted to meet Ysgramor and know the glories of Sovngarde, but all that was taken from him.
And you avenged him.
Kodlak did not care for vengeance.
No, Farkas, he didn't. And that's not what this is about.
Farkas is brighter than he gets credit
honoring
for.
Kodlak, no matter our own thoughts on the blood.
You're right. It's what he wanted, and he deserved to have it.
Kodlak used to speak of a way to cleanse his soul, even in death. You know the legends of the tomb of Ysgramor.
There, the souls of the Harbingers will heed the call of Northern Steel. We can't even enter the tomb without Wuuthrad, and it's in pieces like it has been for 1,000 years.
And dragons were just stories, and the elves once ruled Skyrim. Just because something is, doesn't mean it must be. The blade is a weapon, a tool. Tools are meant to be broken, and repaired.
Is that... Did you repair the blade?
This is the first time I've had all the pieces, thanks to our shield brother here. The flames of Hero can reforge the shattered. The flames of Kodlak shall fuel the rebirth of Wuuthrad, and now it will take you to meet him once more. As the one who bore the fragments, I think you should be the one to carry Wuuthrad into battle. The rest of you, prepare to journey to the tomb of Ysgramor for Kodlak.
Well, now everybody's pumping. I feel terrible ending the episode here, but that's where we have to end, at least if I want to get it out Monday. Oh, Trashkin, we're in for a time next week. Boy, howdy. We managed to finish Wuuthrad. We've been handed Wuuthrad. The companions are in turmoil, but they're all pointing in the same direction now. So, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed non-binaries, and first, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I'd like to thank you all for watching and joining us around the trash fire. If you want to hang out, we, of course, have plenty of videos to keep you entertained. Plenty of playthroughs, plenty of odds, plenty of ends, plenty of fire, plenty of firewood for the old trash fire, plenty of seating, plenty of snacks, plenty of drinks. But if you do have to go, I'd like to remind you before you do to count your spoons, hydrate, medicate, and take care of yourselves as best you can. Don't forget to tell the people you love you give a good damn. Go play some games. Good night, and I'll see you all in the next one.